here's how my front and rear glass was shipped. Really nice. Auto City Classics did a great job. I mean, this is the windshield box, and there was just a ton of wrap on it. I've already pulled the windshield out, but I just thought I'd show you that they do a very good job of packing and shipping. I had no issues. Box is pristine. It's all good. And this is how they had the windshield wrapped. Really nice, several layers of the smaller bubble wrap, and then the whole thing was just cushioned. And here's the bubble wrap peeled off. We got little pieces of styrofoam, and then all around this edge is a really nice rubber protector. So these guys did a great job. I definitely recommend Auto City Classics for your glass. They've got the cheapest prices that I've found. You know, you can look on Classic Industries, Ames, Summit, Jegs, and you're not going to be able to find a better price or better customer service. When I called and talked to those guys, they spent all the time that I needed to talk about this glass. In fact, he told me that there's only a few warehouses in this country that actually receive this glass from overseas. So a lot of the places like Summit, Jegs, Classic Industries, they're receiving their glass from the Auto City Classics warehouse. So good stuff. If you're worried about having glass shipped and you go with those guys, I'm telling you, they did a great job. Not going to say that it wouldn't break in shipping, but he said they would replace it if it did. So good stuff. But this is the smoked or tinted. I'll have to look it up on the website and see exactly how they worded this. But all my glass, I got the tinted that's infused into the glass. We'll see how that looks, and if I need to add some extra tint down the road, I can always do that. But it's looking good. So what I'm going to do now is get my Harbor Freight suction cups out, suction it up, and then I'm going to lay it in there and do a dry run at this and get everything straightened out so I know what I'm going to be getting into when it's the real deal. All right, here we go. Definitely have the best neighbors ever. So we're just going to set this in, and the whole idea here is that we're going to dry fit it, and that way we'll know where we need to be. So now that the glass is installed, we can begin to position it. The kit that I bought for this installation came with these rubber blocks. These need to set on top of the stoppers that are down by your windshield wipers on the cowl. So those little rubber stoppers go down there to raise it up. So that can help you set the gap on the top. And then you're just going to move it side to side, left to right, until you have equal gaps on the passenger and driver side. Once it's all lined up and straight, we need to mark this thing so that we can put it back where we just set it up. One of the ways we're going to do this is to put some masking tape across your jambs to the window. And then we're going to use a razor knife, and we're just going to slit that tape. That way when we put the glass back on, we're going to be able to line it up exactly where it was when we did our dry fit. So the next thing we want to do is use a marker to mark the inside edge of your jamb all the way around. Mark that channel. That way we know where that edge is, and when we put our butyl tape on, we'll be in between that mark and the edge of the glass so that that tape won't be very visible when we're finished. So we're going to take it back out once we've got all our marks made, and we're going to clean the glass really good. I'm just using a little bit of acetone here to kind of wipe that down. And don't forget to put in your window clips. If you forget to do that, it is going to be a bad day trying to get those in after the glass has been installed. So now the important part starts. This is what we call the butyl tape. My understanding is that it closely represents how the factory installed this glass originally. It's not a urethane glue that comes out of a caulking gun. It's this ribbon, and it's really, really sticky. I don't think it's actually butyl, but it's a modern material that will compress very similar to the original so that your glass height stays the same. So we're going to bring these two edges together, overlap them, cut it with a razor knife, and then remove our paper. And once we do that, we can work those two edges together. I mean, it's kind of like Play-Doh. You can just kind of knead it, and they'll line up and be seamless. So once again, best neighbors ever. Thanks, Rich. Really appreciate the help here and the guidance. I know you're a car guy, and that's so cool having you as my neighbor. So once we got the glass all prepped and the surfaces all clean, our clips installed, once again, we're gonna flip the glass into place, but this time we're gonna be very careful and make sure everything is lined up before we set it down. Now remember, you've got the window stops down there at the top of the cowl, and you can use those little rubber spacers to help raise the glass in height so that it lines up near the top of your channel. But once you got it all set, we started at the bottom and then we just dropped it in. So we're gonna go ahead and double check, make sure everything's lined up just right. Oh, hey, did I mention I've got the best neighbors ever? This is Brad. Brad, I really appreciate your help too, buddy. Are you guys starting to see a theme? Yeah, I got the best neighbors ever. So as you're working this seal down, you just want to take a look and see. You should be able to tell where that seal changes colors. It'll look like it's held on there really well. So to do the back glass, oh man, look at that wrap job. Again, these guys did a phenomenal job of shipping this stuff to me. But yeah, to do the back glass, we just did the same thing. And again, here's the smoked custom tint. This is gonna be a 30% tint or 70%. If you look at the light transparency ratings on it. But yeah, it looks great. Perfect level of tint on the side glass and the back glass. So yeah, same thing. We just got our glass cleaned off, got our windshield clips, trim clips installed, put our butyl all the way around or whatever that stuff is, and we just lined it up with our masking tape and set it in. You know, the back was a little more tricky than the front, I think, because I had completely replaced the package tray. You know, the trunk hinge pocket and all of that left to right. So I don't know, maybe my measurements weren't quite perfect, but you know what? We got it lined up and look at that. Turned out great. So I've never done this before. I have never ever put glass in a car, any car. So if I can do it, I think you guys can do it too. If that's why you're here to check out this video, I was really nervous, number one, about having glass shipped to me. Auto City Classics, no problem. They're not a sponsor or anything. I bought my glass and I'm just really impressed with how all that worked out. So no problems there. And then just the install process. If you got a buddy or two that's willing to help you, have some patience and take the time to work with you to put that glass in. You follow this process, it's not bad at all. There's another option is to use the urethane, which is more of a modern sealant. That involves using some dams to keep the sealant from squishing into the car and blocks to keep the glass raised up just right. So I didn't really want to go through all that. This strip tape thing seemed to be a pretty easy way to go, and it kind of replicates what the factory did. Not that's a big deal to me, but it just works. So, you know, the other thing that I would advise is that you really look at the height off of your window channel, because how thick that glass is will dictate how nice your trim snaps in and fits. You want that to fit flush down onto the window. So you could imagine if you squished your glass down too thick or too close or used too thick of a spacer or sealant, that when you go to snap your trim on that glass height, if it's not right, it's gonna be a problem. So, you know, the kit that I used fits these second body Firebirds, second gen F body Firebirds. Go back earlier in the video, there's the part number and everything you can order it with. So again, I really thank my buddies in the neighborhood here for helping me out. So the channel's doing great, guys. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you that are checking out these videos. Again, I love the comments. Hit the like button, send me a note if you got questions or anything, just let me know. It's one of my favorite parts about doing this is, you know, not only making these videos, but just to chit chat back and forth with you guys. You know, I'm on Facebook. There's a Heavy Pedal Garage page. I've answered questions there, you know, talked with people about things that they're working on through Messenger and whatnot. So you can look me up on Facebook, you know, let me know. Shoot me an email, heavypedalgarage@gmail.com. You know, maybe we'll get you some stickers or something. And I've also got a link in my description here to an Amazon wish list page. If you would want to support the channel that way, no obligations. Obviously, how am I gonna obligate you to do anything, right? But I would appreciate a like, a comment, and catch me next time.